going to do, man? Like, they're wandering around the planet, and their mother has a comedy special where I say on stage, pussy,
oh my.
Like, so what are you going to do?
They're going to see it someday.
One day, are you just not allowed to have children when you're,
Well, I one thing I thought was that I don't know if you can relate to this at all, but I just had a surprise breakup with somebody who was a single MILF, and she brought her kids over to the Christmas holiday, and one of them was 18, and he was cool, and it just just totally let me help provide cover and get the little one out of the way. But then the
younger child.
The younger child,
should probably.
Right. Okay, thank you. And so, and so then the younger child probably, hopefully, had no idea what's happening. And so our excuse was like, because we're working on a writing project together, so we were like, yeah, mommy's got to write right now. And it was like, oh, it's mommy's morning writing session. And so that was our little euphemism. So I don't know if,
how like
we have to work really hard. Yeah.
In like college dorms, you hang a tie on the doorknob when you're collaborating with somebody.
Yeah, collaborating, yeah. So.
Because moms need sex too.
Damn straight.
Yeah. Well, and so do the mom's boyfriends, but hey, that ain't happening for me this weekend. So, no, but
Carl's a little bitter.
Carl, you provide a service.
Yes, I did. Absolutely. Very well. So, no, but anyways, what sort of tricks have you had to do to trick your kids into not knowing what mommy's up to? Any funny stories about that?
Well, let me just point out that the silver lining on the divorce cloud is that they have to visit the other parent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So there you go. There you frickin' go, man. So that's good. That's a good time. It's like when that happens, you're like, then you go and you get more wine, and your house all of a sudden is a different kind of clean, and the candles come out.
Yeah.
You go back on the Tinder app again.
Sure.
Hello.
Maybe shave your legs. I don't know what girls do.
So you're very generous with the child custody policy.
It's nice.
You take him for a month.
It's cool that he's still in their lives. I know he should be, obviously, but it's nice. I guess it doesn't have to be the case.
Yeah, there's a line in the show that I say to the ex-husband, maybe we'll always be soulmates as parents, but maybe our soul contract is over. Like you have children with someone, you must have loved them. I mean, we were married for 10 years.
Yeah.
So it's a beautiful relationship that it's like a family member that you're going to be able to lean on for the rest of your life, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so why wouldn't you be friends?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you be helpful?
Can I ask if he got remarried?
If he did, he's in a very strong, stable relationship now to a non-actress.
Oh, I see.
So he's much happier.
I see.
And how about yourself? Are you totally single, or where are you at these days?
I am. I guess I'm dating. I guess I'm single.
Okay.
Let's put it. I'm dabbling with my friend Rosemary tonight. Let's see what happens. I'm kidding.
Oh my. Okay.
My usual answer, Carl, is I'm dating my career.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, gotcha.
Yep.
Okay.
But it never picks up any of the checks, huh?
No. That's the whole point of a career.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. So, so then what's the response been in general with the show? I mean, how long have you been doing it in each city?
So the show now is like my, it's a real kind of a money maker for me now. It becomes a source of income as I tour it. So I get to, how you have your regular agents. I also have a live booking agent who puts me in big theaters in people's theater seasons. So, so you go to Okotoks, Alberta, I might be there with my show, MILF Life Crisis. And so, it's great because I did that with Suddenly Mommy. I crossed the country, mostly Canada, into the States a bit, doing, Suddenly Mommy in people's theater seasons, like in performing arts centers. So it's a different area of acting where you're a live performer in soft theaters. in soft seat theaters. So so now MILF Life Crisis, I'm in people's theater seasons, and it's been great because it provides me a form of income, right? And I'm performing. Okay, you know what? Literally, that is my friend Rosemary calling me on the other freaking line.
Well, you can tell her to, or hopefully she can wait a little while. You can dabble later. Dabble with us now, please.
She's also a MILF, She's a single MILF, too.
Well, okay.
I don't know what time it is in Toronto, but it's not too early to start drinking.
Exactly. So I'm sure she started. But so the question was, so the show, I've been doing it since 2015, and I've been performing it across Canada and to sold-out crowds. And the response has been, okay, get this, my audiences are like 95% women, and then like 5% men. So the women love the show and then wait for me afterwards and say, okay, I am you. You're living my life.
Oh.
Okay, you and me are the same person. Because I really feel like comedy is, like our jobs as comedians is to be the voice of, right? The voice of society. The voice of, for me, I'm the voice of the divorced mom. When I was first a mother, I was, just doing Suddenly Mommy. I was the voice of, moms who aren't good at being mothers.
Yeah. And
so I think I feel proud of the show. I feel like I'm providing a service because I think that there's like an unserved market, or you're in your 40s, no one's sitting there going, oh my God, you're at the sexiest age you've ever been. No one is saying that. They're saying that, you're great in your 30s. No one's like, saying, oh my God, you're so gorgeous in your 40s. No one's saying that to us, or your 50s. So I'm like, fuck that. Mm-hmm. I still have my leopard print. I still go to my Bikram yoga, and I'm an actress, so I'm really concerned about my makeup and my hair and everything. So fuck it. I will be the voice of, we're going to be sexy even if it's, 40s and 50s and 60s. And, because, I love Amy Schumer, but she speaks for me a bit, but I think there's still things to be said,
Yeah, you're no train wreck, Anne-Marie. But it says that you mentioned that your kids ask you little things like, do you know Amy Schumer? She sounds like she should be your friend. I don't know if that's a good thing that... it's like, boy, if your kid is like going, gee, Mom, I think Amy Schumer would be your best friend. Maybe you need to send a different image to your child. I don't know.
I think my kids are just rolling their eyes at me and going, okay, we don't have a normal mom, and we're just going to have to okay, for instance, I have a huge poster of myself in my MILF Life Crisis, fucking poster with my boobs hanging out. Like, all you can see is my cleavage,
Are you able to autograph one for me and send it over? Okay.
Carl's had kind of a tough week.
Anyway, go ahead, sorry.
I was just going to say, honestly, the hardest part when, I was presented with, come on, I thought I was going to be married forever. I'm very, traditional Polish Catholic girl.
What? So a Polish Catholic guy, Anne-Marie.
Are you a Polish Catholic guy, Carl, with a last name like yours? I'm not surprised.
And you thought her last name was Scheffling?
Scheffler.
Yeah, well.
German, which one?
Well, so we'll have to meet, Anne-Marie. Anyway. But go ahead. Sorry, I don't mean to make you feel uncomfortable. I do that for everyone. Please go.
But when I was presented with, I want a divorce, my first thought was, oh, come on, I'm 40 something now. I'm not. You could have done it when I was in my 30s, because I'm so afraid that I'd be too old for anyone to ever have sex with me again or ever find me attractive.
Aww.
And then I know, it's so sad.
Are you crying?
It's so sad.
Oh.
But that was the first thought, because that's what society tells you, right?
Yeah.
That's what society tells you. Unless you're a certain age, there's an ageism in society. And so then when I stopped crying for a moment and looked around, I went, holy shit, I don't have this. This is not a problem unless I decide it's a problem.
Yeah.
And if my manager wants me to have a sexy divorce show, I'm going to have a sexy divorce show. And then I turned this thing into MILF Life Crisis, and I put, on my poster is me in a leopard print looking all sassy. And then all these women come out to the show, and they're all dressed in leopard print, and they're looking all sassy, and like, oh my God, I have just created happiness for us, and
that's so
empowerment. Cool. We're not going to menopause the musical. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's got to be something before that.
That's right. That's right.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Wow. So then, what about? Okay, so a couple other things that you say your kids ask you, I like Daddy's girlfriend better than Daddy and you. That's gotta hurt.
Oh, for God's sake.
That's a good one, eh?
It's like,
so
I
should just get Nathan on the phone right now. I should just get my son on the phone and he can talk to you.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I gotta give that kid a piece of my mind. Yeah.
Someone has to raise him. Kevin, someone has to.
Might as well be an anonymous podcaster he's never met.
Well, that's who's raising them now anyway, to be honest.
Probably
the YouTubers are raising my children. I don't know.
More of a Joe Rogan kind of kid, maybe. I don't know.
So,
look, if PewDiePie has something to say to the world, my kids know about it.
Oh, dear.
So then, what about? Apparently, you said that you had a recent stalker, and there's a warrant out for his arrest. What's that about?
Yeah, that's true too. But just to finish that thought.
Oh, sure.
So my ex-husband, he's got a wonderful partner now, and she's very stable and normal and like has like in all the best ways.
Yeah,
and,
I'm sure she's great.
And has her own. What's that?
I'm sure she's terrific. Yeah.
Wait, I have to open this bottle of wine. Hang on a second.
Okay, do it.
Yeah, see, it drives you to drink.
Oh my God! I just gotta wipe my eyes here. I'm okay. But that comment from my son was like, because kids also want normalcy. They turn on, well, maybe not Modern Family, thank God, but like there is a sense of normal mom who bakes cookies and doesn't run away to auditions or call you from the Montreal Just for Laughs festival drunk. Like me, and I do it out of love, people. I do it out of love.
Well, I think as long as you're not calling them asking for bail money.
Right.
And why not? Because if they have that money, what else are they using it? They want their mother to be.
I would be
jail?
happy to bail my mother out of Montreal prison.
Because if you have an opportunity to sleep with a big comedian, then you should take it.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more.
Male or female.
Sure. We're a very progressive podcast. Absolutely.
Well, speak for yourself, Kevin.
Okay.
No, so then, so I wanted to ask also, so tell us about the stalker, yeah. So what happened?
Oh, well, that's just, it's this, I guess it's the rough side of being so exposed. Like, I mean, we're all exposed. You guys are exposed.
Well, that's very nice of you to say.
Actually, I'm wearing clothes right now, but...
Well, I guess it's social media. I don't know. I literally was, I go to yoga. I love my yoga. And this guy was just a practitioner at yoga. He joined yoga, and then he had like harassed previous women to me. And then when he was at this yoga class, he was interested in, he asked me out and I said no. And then he kept pursuing me and I kept saying no. And then he found me, like he didn't know I was Marie Scheffler, the big fancy actress, which really, I'm from Canada. Anyway, so.
We're big in France.
But
yeah.
he found me online, and then it was, just fan page stuff, which is fine. But then it ended up being like too much, where he was like leaving roses on my car, and like, he got banned from the yoga place because he was being very aggressive with me and like moving his mat to be near me. And it was just like how am I supposed to just be like Joe Schmo walking the earth going to my yoga class and be celebrity and then deal with someone like, I don't know. It's weird. It's so weird. And because you're supposed to be, vlogging every morning and, sharing your innermost authentic feelings, and then also like want your children to be safe,
Right. It's a fine
Can
line.
you fix that for me?
So then apparently you were saying that you had the weird experience of you sold out a show in a huge theater, and then people are still asking what's your name.
Yeah. That's the other thing, right? Like it's it's a fun. I don't know this industry. You guys, let's figure it out together. But my